Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and there's a big news in the military realm, which is Qatar is going to build a military base, in United States, and the permission has been given. Uh, so then people get triggered. So this one by this Yehuda guy said that Trump administration announced Qatar, the same country that bankrolls Hamas, will have a Qatari Air Force facility in Idaho, and pilots and F-15s will be stationed in U.S. soil. And yeah, so he's very triggered. And another guy also, I think he's a pro-Israel guy also as well, say Qatar spent 60 million to court MAGA influencers, and so they do not want to all these influencers don't call out the Qatar, and yeah, this is insane. The reality is much more subtle and less exciting. So this article by UPI talked about the Pat Hatzit has mentioned about Qatari Air Force facility planned for Idaho. And so the facts are the Qatari Air Force will have F-15 fighters and pilots based in Idaho, and they'll be hosted at the Mountain Home Air Force Base in southwestern Idaho, which will allow them to have training exercise with the US military to make joint operations more effective. And so this is what he said already, and they have signed the letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Air Force facility in Idaho base. But what's important to note is the Singapore Air Force is already there. So this is not a Air Force base per se. They are just based at the US Air Force base. Just like the Singapore Air Force also is based in Idaho. It's going to be the same military air base, the same US Air Force air base. It's going to be just a few F-15s, similar to Singapore's situation. Singapore have F-15s and F-35s in this base. So they say they will build its base, and the construction and the base operationality is not going to be announced. So I want to talk about what is this all about. Israel has struck Qatar, right? So they struck Qatar, and Qatar is pissed off, and it might trigger into some kind of regional conflict. Or Qatar may just start to fund the militants again, or proxy forces, form new ones, who knows. And Trump administration want to make sure that this does not happen, because their aim is peace in the Middle East. And I'm not sure if United States actually greenlit Israel for the striking of Qatar. The census, at least the feeling that I get, is that the US might have given approval, maybe. Or maybe Netanyahu just ordered the strike without telling USA until the fighter jets is already going to arrive. So we're not sure the case, but Donald Trump has announced that they will guarantee Qatar. So if you play computer games like Europa Universalis, you know what's the meaning of guarantee. Guarantee means that if any country attack Qatar, United States will automatically go to war to protect Qatar. So US has some guarantees for some countries around the world, and now Qatar is one of them. I'm not sure if they actually have I'm not sure if they actually guarantees Saudi Arabia, but guaranteeing Qatar is something different. So to guarantee them means they are going to be some sort of a military ally, which means they need to be able to operate together, which is why you have this. So Qatar Air Force will now need to be trained in the ways of the American Air Force and operate so that they can operate interoperate together, same as what is done between Singapore and United States. Despite Singapore is not guaranteed by USA, and we are not a military ally of USA, but Singapore have all this training stuff with many countries around the world, like Thailand, Brunei, Taiwan, Australia. So USA is one of the other ones because we buy US Air Force planes. Part of the deal is that we get to train with the US Air Force. So for the Qatar side, I think it's mainly because of this guarantee. And now, as part of the deals from Donald Trump to reassure the Qataris that this guarantee is legitimate, that they will prevent and stop Israel from striking Qatar again. I think one of the deals is that to create this trust and between the two countries, they inviting Qatar Air Force to base some of their fighters in USA so that they can train together and build this trust, just like Singapore and United States. So then what is this facility building thing? I believe they may not have enough space to host a few more F-15 fighter jets, because Singapore Air Force is already there, and I think we are probably taking more space because of the F-35. Like, none of the F-35 is in Singapore right now. Singapore bought a few F-35. They're all in United States right now. So I think we have taken up a lot of space. The US Air Force also need their space. So I think they have run out of space. I think that's the main reason. So they are building new facilities so that they can host the Qatari Air Force. I think that's basically it. To say it's a Qatari Air Force base is a bit of an overreach. It's just a few fighter jets, because I think Singapore would have more fighters than Qatar at that air base. So, I mean, the F-35 alone was like 8 to 12 of them in Singapore from the Singapore Air Force. So that's not counting our F-15s. So I think the Qatari Air Force detachment is going to be smaller than Singapore's. So so for the Americans that is getting triggered by all this, don't get triggered. It's not what you think. But of course, the anti-Trump or anti-US or anti-Qatar or pro-Israel people, of course, is using this to say that Trump administration is betraying US sovereignty and whatnot. It's not the case. It's just not the case. So I think that's about it. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Hope this clear up some stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next update. And also, let me know what you think in the comment for this type of very short videos to address stuff, quick updates on things. Let me know what you think in the comment if you like this kind of formatting, and and I'll see you guys in the next update.